The task force, established by a public law sponsored by Minority Leader Tello Taidegui, calls for the group to come up with planning and financing proposals. Speaker Tina Barnes tapped Senator Will Castro as her representative. He was the head of a similar effort under the Calvo administration called the Hospital Management Advisory Team. They recommended tearing down a major wing and rebuilding it to house better revenue-generating outpatient services.
The Z-Wing was a big part of that strategy. At the time, it appeared to be most feasible to demolish Z-Wing and reconstruct Z-Wing so that it can house these centers of excellence that would produce revenue in accordance with the pay structures that was permissible.
But there is growing resolve to tear the whole building down and build a new hospital, with costs estimated at upwards of $200 million.
I think that's the best investment we can make, is a new facility, whether you demolish parts of the existing one, whether you completely construct another one, or whether you step out of that sandbox and work in partnership with a local hospital, a private hospital, and see how we can work a hybrid plan to work with them.
And while Castro expects the task force will consider all options,
the question of the day, actually the question of the remainder of this term for the 35th, is going to be, do we float a bond? And if so, all things considered, how do we afford the payback?
And then there's the question of where to build a new facility. Mangilaw has been suggested, where it can be integrated with UOG as a teaching hospital. Moving also makes sense considering the current property overlooking Tumon is extremely valuable and can draw big revenue from potential developers.
What we cannot afford is to allow things to proceed as it currently is.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
For the first time,